Pollinators and pollination is a unique web of life on planet Earth. Their relationships to our food sources, 80% of the food we eat are related to the pollinators and the pollination of these foods. Like everything, I call it sometimes the butterfly effect. Now, if you really understand a true web of life, a true biosphere throughout the universe, really, the butterfly effect means what affects one species anywhere or any living thing affects everything else to some degree. It may not be measurable, but we are being affected. Everything in our biosphere is interrelated. So if you add a pollutant, maybe a whole continent away to the ocean or to the air, it comes and affects all of us to some degree. The main problem with our pollinators are facing today, number one, is habitat destruction. Number two is the human presence. We are the destroyers of the habitat by simply the procedures that we use in disposing of various materials, especially the use of insecticides. So many people buy insecticides for their lawns, for spraying around their houses, and all these enter a water supply. They affect many of our pollinators, which are beneficial insects. They may be trying to kill mosquitoes or something they do not want, and yet all the beneficial ones are killed along with it. So habitat destruction and human interference in the ecosystems, in the biosphere, in the web of life are the two catastrophic things facing our pollinators today. The medicinal aspects of many of our medicines today come from plants and from animals. For example, the honey in a beehive is very important sometimes in wound healing. The application of honey seems to help the healing of those wounds that are very difficult to heal. Aspirin, of course, a very common medicine, comes from the bark basically of the willow trees is where we receive that. Many of the anti-cancer drugs come from some of our pine trees. So there's the plethora of drugs, and research still goes on today in deriving drugs from plants. So wherever we say there's a poison in an animal or a plant, usually it can have medicinal uses. So when we destroy the rainforest of Brazil, plants may exist there that we have never even used in research for medicinal benefits. If we destroy them, all that research is lost and our benefit is lost from the things that they could produce to help us. The message to young people today would be to be aware of your responsibility in preserving the web of life on planet Earth. That everything you do is interconnected to this web of life. So if you throw some trash out the window of your car, or you dump some pollutant in your yard, or you spray something on your lawn, that you are entering this into the web of life in your area. And most of it is destructive to the organisms that you want to preserve, especially the pollinators, but also destructive to yourself. We have many problems today with the human species, as many doctors will tell you, that you are exposed to so many more organic compounds than just a generation ago. So you have things like asthma, various types of cancers cropping up, autism. Many of these different afflictions may be interrelated to the epigenome, the switches on the genes, which are turned on and off by your exposure to these things in the environment that were not there 20 or 30 years ago. So it is important for young people to be aware of the products you're using and the disposal of those products, and that the relationship that they have to your own well-being, your children's well-being, and the web of life that exists in your area.